Good evening. Welcome to Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace in Progress. My name is Buffy. I'm a women's lifestyle creator on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, covering topics that concern women. Today, we're talking about finding your own validation and declaring yourself not guilty. Many perfectionists live as if they're always on trial, even when no one is accusing them. The inner critic acts like a prosecutor. It brings selective evidence, ignores context, and demands impossible standards, which as perfectionists, we're used to that, right? And oftentimes it's our inner critic putting us on trial rather than us wanting to be on trial. Healing means changing the courtroom. Self-blame feels safer than uncertainty because you know your weaknesses, you know where you struggle with certain things, and you know your flaws, and you use them against yourself because you feel like you're not perfect enough, like you're not virtuous enough, like you're not doing enough, right? There's something wrong with you sometimes is how you feel, which is a perfectionism thing, right? And perfectionism is a coping mechanism. A coping mechanism so you don't have to deal with criticism. A coping mechanism you think that will insulate you from hurt and pain and frustration and sadness. Ultimately, though, you're turning against yourself, right? Responsibility is not the same as guilt. Guilt is something that is a jealous mistress. It's constantly asking you to blame yourself for things that had nothing to do with you, right? The closeness to your family, especially if you've had a disruptive family system, that's clearly not your problem, right? You're not the person that instigated that. You can acknowledge mistakes without condemning yourself because guess what? No one's perfect. People make mistakes, right? So you said the wrong thing. So you put your foot in your mouth. Okay, you're human, right? Your worst day is not what you should be convicted on, right? We all make mistakes. Sometimes just smiling and apologizing and say, oh, I had a lapse in judgment there, or, I didn't mean to say that. That wasn't really what I meant to say. It just came out wrong. So, practical exercise if you wish to take part. Ask, what facts am I ignoring? Is there a context to this that I'm not putting into perspective? What standard would I apply to someone that I love? Draconian standard or a more realistic standard? What am I still punishing myself for and why? The verdict? You don't need to be perfect to be worthy of peace. Everyone deserves peace. Everyone deserves an ability to just think and be calm and not be overstimulated. You don't need family agreement to be absolved. Self-trust begins the moment you stop trying to earn a verdict that was never yours to deliver. Perfection or not, we all deserve grace. And that is why Recovering Perfectionist Mama talks about grace and progress, right? Because sometimes the toughest critic on us is us. Perfection is a difficult mistress, and she will never deliver the results that she says that she will. She will only keep us pushing for the impossible, driving to do things that probably can't be done, and making us feel guilty about where we fall short. And guess what? We're all going to fall short. That's why grace is so important. And treating yourself the way you would treat someone that you loved. Would you be like driving them to be perfect and driving them to never fail and driving them to live up to everyone else's expectations? No. You would tell them to be their own person. You would tell them to rest in who they are. You would tell them that they deserve rest, that they deserve a calm conscience, that they deserve peace, right? And you deserve peace. You are worthy. You are valuable. People love you. And you don't deserve to be so negative with yourself. Easier said than done, I know. I'm my toughest critic too, so I get it. No judgment here. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you for tuning in to Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace and Progress. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know you have a lot of options, and I thank you for tuning in to ours. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.